We are live.
We're still live.
It's a true story.
We're live over here. And we're live here, too. We're live all around. Everybody's alive. Hooray.
Yay.
Happy Wednesday, and welcome. This is episode number 308 of the Lobbycast. Brought to you live-ish from our basement. I say live-ish because I know I'm tired, I think you're tired, and I think you're tired, too.
Yeah. We're tired is the theme tonight.
I've been exhausted for about 3 weeks now.
Yes, and you've kind of looked it. No
Yeah.
offense.
Yeah.
I know I have too. I'll know I'll be even worse after this upcoming weekend.
Yes.
Yeah, good times. So, good evening. Welcome. Hopefully our slap-happy shenanigans will entertain you for at least 45 minutes of your life. But welcome. Welcome to the Lobbycast. As always, I think we like to start things off with a wee bit of news, if you will.
A wee bit?
A wee bit
Just
of
a
news.
wee bit?
And I think the best news for tonight is, drumroll please, the Razzie nominations are out, as always, in advance in anticipation of the Oscar nominations themselves.
Right.
So, suddenly I feel
Nice.
like I should be doing
tap,
something.
tap, 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 tap.
This is me typing. Because along with the Razzie nominations, we should probably talk about the Oscar nominations as well. We'll take a look at the worst of cinema and the best of cinema. Much like Charles Dickens' famous book, whatever it was, about whoever it was.
Right.
That one.
That one book, with the cities.
Yeah.
I got nothing, I'm
It
sure.
was a classic.
It was
It was a tale of sorts.
a tale, if you will. Perhaps, never mind. Let's just move on.
We mentioned that we're tired, right?
I'm already embarrassed for myself.
I'm also embarrassed for you.
That's good. And you? You want to round out the trifecta? Come on. All right, fine. So the highlights of the Razzies, of course, they pretty much mirror everything except for all the technical mumbo-jumbo that goes into the Oscars. So you get your choices of worst picture, worst actor, worst actress, worst supporting actress, worst supporting actor, worst director, worst screen combo, worst screenplay, and worst remake, ripoff, or sequel.
Right.
So those are the primary categories this year. We won't go in depth for all of them. Obviously, you can find all this information out on the web yourself. But the highlights of this year's Razzie Awards are as follows.
Pretty much, if you had anything to do with Sex Tape,
Yep.
Legend of Hercules,
Yep.
Blended,
Yes.
A Million Ways to Die in the West, TMNT, Terminator, or Transformers 4, or Kirk Cameron's Saving Christmas, then you should hope that it's the lowest point in your career.
Yes.
You should
Absolutely.
hope.
Yes. Although I do find it interesting that Megan Fox got nominated as Worst Supporting Actress for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles when she wasn't actually in a Transformers movie.
Yeah, so she was covered. If she'd stayed with Transformers,
She would have been good.
she'd have been good. However,
Relatively speaking. By good, we mean she would have been nominated.
by good we mean not.
Right.
But instead, she chose a higher path, got away from, what's his name?
James
Michael
Cameron.
Bay?
Michael Bay. Let's go with Michael Bay.
Oh, yeah.
She got away
Sure.
from Michael Bay and still wound up on the list. So she's doing well for herself.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yay, Megan.
All around. So, those are the Razzies. I think probably the big news for the Oscars, looking here, we'll at least cover the Best Picture award.
This, in fact, is last year's
That
list,
is
so
last year.
perhaps
Yeah, that
we
is
won't be
last year's
covering
list.
the Oscars.
Never mind.
Have
Damn you. Damn you, Internet.
did
you
they
lied to me
did they
again.
release?
They have
the,
not, in fact, released the Oscar list yet, I
I
don't
thought
think.
they had.
Have they?
Oh, tomorrow.
Okay, well,
Stay tuned next week.
Stay tuned next week.
to
We will bring
episode
you-
309. Wow.
have I mentioned that we're tired?
Something about being tired.
Something about being tired.
Yeah, well, anyways, we got news on the Razzies. There you go. Hutcha, hutcha, hutcha.
Of course, I think the news with the Oscars, though, if we are going to do some Oscar news this year, I believe, is that Neil Patrick Harris is taking the helm for hosting.
Oh, I think that's a
believe.
great idea.
I think it's a fantastic idea. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Hopefully they don't neuter him, because I think with the Tonys being a stage presentation, I think he gets a little bit more Neil Patrick Harris-ness.
More awesomeness.
More awesomeness. I think he stops being sad and becomes awesome instead.
Why would he be sad?
It's a quote from Neil Patrick Harris from How I Met Your Mother.
Okay.
Sorry, I should have clarified that. But I hope that the Oscars let him be him.
Yes. Let him be awesome.
Which would be fantastic.
True.
Let's see. Do we have any other news? News of the world? News of anything?
A little bit. The Xbox One won an Emmy for its media capabilities.
Wow.
That's kind of a cool deal.
I think that
Yes,
is
indeed.
the first platform to win an Emmy. Is that correct?
I don't know. If only there were a device.
Nah, let me check.
And also, GameStop has announced that they're going to be using the Xbox cloud technology for entertaining their customers in store. I think you can basically use their app or whatever, and you can see a game trailer or game reviews or whatever for whatever you happen to be looking at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
And all that stuff is going to be run through the Microsoft Cloud.
All right.
So, kind of a neat deal. I mean, we'll see how they implement it. I mean, there's this other thing called the Internet that does not require
weird.
Microsoft's cloud computing. I don't know what the benefit is.
It doesn't even require you leaving the house to go to GameStop, and
Right.
a further convenience, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what the deal with that is. They'll probably release more details soonish.
Keep an eye out for that.
Yeah.
See what their angle is on that there.
Yeah.
You know, if you like GameStop, that might be something for you to follow up with.
Yep.
If you don't like GameStop, well, then it has no bearing on your life, and I'm sorry we wasted 5 minutes of your time.
Yeah. And I saw a few other websites were talking about that thing we were talking about last week about, the Elder Scrolls Online.
Yes.
Maybe coming out on that date, but we have no official confirmation.
True.
But you would think if it's on the Microsoft Store site that it probably is a pretty good date.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good bet.
It might be solid, although I think Best Buy has had it listed as June something 2014 for the better part of the past year.
That's true. They did.
Yeah.
They never updated it, but Best Buy's had notoriously bad release dates on their games. Yeah.
It's actually kind of like a homemade office pool. You can
Yeah.
go down and say, I want to put $60 that my game will come out on this day. And then you see how close you are, give or take a couple years.
That's about right.
Yeah,
That's what it turns out to be.
Yeah.
And as we've learned from past experience, you may or may not get the swag that you actually went down there for.
That is true.
Not that I'm still bitter. I don't want to give anyone that impression.
Wah, wah.
Hate for anyone to think that.
Well, I want to hear a story.
The story is when Destiny had come out, I had pre-ordered it. And, of course, the Parker store was like, hey, we're going to do a midnight release party. Come down and get your stuff and get all the stuff that comes with it. And I, having the schedule that I have, was exhausted. I fell asleep, and my lovely wife said, I will go. I will brave the crowds.
She's quite a trooper.
She is. I will brave the crowds. I will rescue your Destiny. I will get you your swag, and I will bring it all home. And unfortunately, when she got there...
I got there. I stood in line. I was sixth in line. I counted.
It's really easy to count to six,
It
by the
is.
You don't even have to take off your shoes.
No. No toes needed. I was sixth in line. They ran out of T-shirts that were promised us as swag at the fourth person in line.
Yeah. They had four
Fourth.
T-shirts.
They had 4 T-shirts.
Four.
Well, I would like to emphasize that they actually probably had quite a bit more than that, but the staff all got their T-shirts before we did.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that they all had their T-shirts. We could see that they were nice T-shirts because the staff were all wearing their T-shirts.
Oh, jerks.
A guy wearing a T-shirt told me that they didn't have any more. It was great. But they offered me an extra crappy rubber bracelet in exchange for not having the T-shirt.
This is a true story.
Wow. Well, at least
This
there
is-
was one for you and one for Will.
Hooray!
Yay! We matched.
Or,
Yay!
yeah. So I'm looking on Amazon. Amazon has a release date of December 31st, 2015. A much less optimistic release date
Correct.
for Elder Scrolls Online.
Sad.
I think they're
sad
also
face.
hedging their bets at that point that
Yeah,
it's going to release
probably.
in 2015.
Yeah.
So we can hope.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We shall see.
So many crossed fingers.
And toes. Getting
And
back to
toes.
the toes.
Yep. One last bit of news here, just doing a real quick search. PlayStation Anniversary Sale is going on beginning today. 60-plus games are discounted, anywhere from 60 to 75% off. So if you're in the PlayStation family, this might be a good time to pick up some games. Although I may hazard a guess that their sale may still not ever touch the blossoming holy goodness that is a Steam sale.
That's true.
I don't think anybody can touch a Steam sale. But
Nope.
That's just me. So, but just looking here, it kind of looks like for the PS4, they have maybe 7 titles. Looks like Call of Duty Ghosts, Final Fantasy 14, Killzone Shadowfall, Need for Speed, Rocksmith, going anywhere from $45 down to $12 for Need for Speed. Lots and lots and lots of PS3 titles, including Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger, some PS Vita, some PSP, and all kinds of other goodness. So, if
Now,
you're
have you-
looking to
have you
add up
guys-
your library, get down there and get her done.
Are you guys familiar with the deal behind Rocksmith?
No.
You, with an adapter, you actually play that with a real guitar.
Oh, sweet.
And you're playing real
Oh.
notes.
Excellent.
It will teach you how to play guitar.
Cool.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Now, that may be the one I've heard about. I think that has also an option for bass guitar as well,
I believe so, yeah.
which is cool.
Yes.
Because bass guitar is cool.
Es bueno.
It's muy bueno. That's all I got.
Okay.
So I think that's our news. Kind of a light week for news.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm rather happy with that amount of news.
That's a good amount of news.
Goodly amount.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's move on to the Weekly Whatchas then.
Yes.
Miss Erin, what have you been listening to this week?
Well, I am still on Adam Ant's Blue Black Hussar album, and of course, I had to bring back the classic. Had to get some Queen in there. It's been
Okay.
been a lot of Queen happening.
All right.
Yes.
She was jamming up to Queen in the kitchen when I
very
came
true.
home today. It was pretty awesome.
Many much air guitar.
Yes.
Lots of air guitar.
A lot of
Good for you.
So picture, if you will, well, okay, it's a podcast. So imagine, if you will, we'll do some theater of the mind.
Except for those people watching on the
Well,
video.
there's one.
Oh.
All right, so if you're the one person watching, hi, by the way, see this? Imagine this in a Wonder Woman apron, just absolutely air guitaring like Mike Myers in
Wayne's World.
In Wayne's World. It was pretty awesome. For those of you at home, imagine this in a Wonder Woman apron. Anyways. Yeah, what else have you been listening to?
Those have been the main ones for the last few days.
Super
And
cool.
I have to say that I would really love, when we were traveling recently, we saw a lot of posters for Queen traveling with Adam, I believe it's Adam Lambert.
Yes. Queen with Adam Lambert. That
And
sounds right.
yeah, and I got to tell you,
That's one of the American Idol kids, right?
Yep.
it is. And I got to tell you, if there's anybody that is going to front for Queen, he's a good fit.
Have you heard it?
I've heard him perform a couple of Queen songs, yes. and he's got the pipes.
Okay.
And he's a great performer, so I'm pleased with that matchup. So good for them.
Excellent.
Very nice.
Lord Will.
Yes. Yes. This past 4 days, I have not had the opportunity to listen to virtually anything other than Sirius XM Channel 99 Raw Dog Comedy, which has gotten me to and fro for all of my various trips and day trips and little jobs and little places here and there. Music-wise, been a real light week for me. Podcast-wise, remains a non-eventful thing for me. So, unfortunately, that's about all I can claim was some comedy channel on the Sirius XM.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been rough.
Comedy Channel's a good fill-in, though.
It is a good filler. It's good background noise.
Yes.
It's good, helps keep my mind off the road rages.
Right.
And he does need some help with that. Just saying.
Every now and then.
I have also been listening to a comedy channel. I've been listening to our local one and not the one on Sirius Radio.
103.1 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It is
yeah,
103.1.
And then I finished up listening to that episode of Hardcore History Blueprint
Nice.
for Armageddon.
That's right.
So last week when I was talking about it, I had only listened to the first of 4 hours, and now I've listened to the remaining 3 hours.
Excellent.
Nice.
And then, let's see. ENB. Huh. Oh. I tried to read my scribble. I was listening to part 5, and there is going to at least be a part 6.
Oh, good.
Just talking about it at the end.
Nice.
Yeah, it clearly says part 5, but it's part 5 Roman numeral, so it kind of looks like P plus V. I'm like, really?
And that just didn't look like anything you'd listen to.
What? I'm not usually talking about the P and the V and listening section.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Maybe in the watching. Weekly watch.
Yeah, what you watching?
What you playing? I don't know where else you put that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yikes. Because you told us to do the hardcore history, I'm going to actually start the hardcore history here. At least
Yes.
I'm going to look for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is it.
That is the one. That's awesome.
It's good stuff.
So good. So good.
So good.
All right, well, let's move on to the What You Watching, Lady Erin.
Let's see. We got Mythbusters had their new premiere season episode.
What season are they in?
10.
Okay.
So, and I have to admit, I watched a bit of it, but we haven't really gotten around to watching the whole thing. It is sitting in our DVR, ready to go, and it's going to be a strange one, I have to tell you, with Carrie, Tori, and Grant no longer with us. Yeah,
You have to let me know how it is.
I will do that.
Yes.
So that has been there. A lot of what I've been, and I probably should have coupled this in with what you're listening to, because this is not, in fact, the TV show. You can't watch this. And I don't know why it didn't occur to me earlier. So my apologies. But I have been spending time, when he is oot and a boot, as we say, been going back and listening to old radio shows.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
cool.
The Outer Limits, things like that.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
I like it.
yeah, it's such a different medium than what our generation is used to. It's kind of a fascinating thing that you have to work to get back away from, because your knee-jerk reaction is this sounds a little hokey, but
I'm sure she's fine.
we're sure the cat isn't trying to kill us. It's maybe.
I am not sure of that.
Did that fix it?
Okay, I think that fixed it. We'll see if
Sorry.
that. Yeah, whatever makes your computer output to the recording software
Kind of sucks.
kind of sucks. Yeah.
Well,
So you may have gotten a preview of
Hey.
Hardcore History of
I've
Dan
got some
Carlin.
hardcore history in there. This is what I get for trying to be proactive and try and download something that you've been telling me about for weeks and weeks and weeks now.
Yep.
Because let's face it, kids, I forget everything until it's right in front of me. And then I go, oh, that's a great idea. I should do that right now. And then, look, I destroy an entire... Fantastic.
Fantastic.
And freaking tastic. So, my apologies if you were the one person watching us live. I'm an idiot.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Sorry. So sorry.
Did we mention that we're tired?
Sorry. Lots of tired.
Lots of
Well,
tired.
crap in a hat. So let's sum up here real quick. We'll do a quick edit. It'll be this really weird jump cut from let's get to the Weekly Whatchas, and it'll just go straight to let's sum up. So I think we can pretty much skip all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Erin's been listening to old-timey radio shows, listening to Queen, and wanted to see Queen with Adam Lambert, and...
That's a very accurate and succinct summary, sir.
And no, Adam Ant, the new Adam Ant
Aloe
album.
Blacc Hussar.
I
There we
have
go.
listened to virtually nothing except comedy. Jeff has listened to a lot of comedy and some podcasts, and here we go. Ready? What you watching,
Go.
Erin? You said not a whole lot other than Mythbusters. That comes back to me.
Yes.
I have watched... No, that's not true. We did watch a movie.
Yes.
We watched
did.
The Conjuring. We watched The Conjuring, and
I saw that in the theater.
You did?
You saw that in the theater with myself and Brick.
Yeah.
I made her keep the living room lamp on
Why?
because I'm a weenie.
Aw. It's adorable.
Yes.
I can't throw stones. I actually held Jeff and Brick's hand all the way through the movie in the theater.
True.
So I'm glass houses and all that,
Yes,
folks.
I had a couple very effective moments, I thought. I enjoyed the film overall. I do think it's interesting, the Hollywood kind of fascination with this sort of topic these days. But I guess they have to fill the void since zombie films are slowly falling to the wayside. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was an interesting film. Some very effective moments. And as I told Erin after concluding the movie, I said, I will give them credit that in order to get through a lot of scary movies, what I typically do is go, okay, in this scene, they're going to pan left and pan right, and all of a sudden you're going to see the ghost or the demon or the bad guy or the axe murderer or Jason or Freddy or whoever standing behind them, and they're going to be in this position, and it's going to be roughly two. And I really dissect each sequence.
He does.
And this film actually left me pleasantly surprised that they didn't go with all the standard Hollywood scare movie tropes.
Okay, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
They did a good job in not meeting my expectations, if that makes any sense.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause I was pleasantly scared a couple of times while watching the film.
He means he actively jumped.
Yes. And swore. There was a lot of
Sure.
swearing.
Cursing.
I'm so jealous. I am not easily startled.
No.
And scary movies just don't really don't scare me at all. That they'll like have to sleep with the lights on thing. No.
I've never had to sleep with the lights on.
Like any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just doesn't.
I've never had to sleep with the lights on, and I will admit I have a very eager, willing suspension of disbelief. I can really get into a good movie.
I would say you run hot and cold. Sometimes you're just.
If it's a shitty movie, it's a shitty movie. I can't get past that.
Well, we tend to disagree on what is scary and what isn't.
Okay, yes. For example, you thought Blair Witch Project was the end-all, be-all. We're scared for days afterwards. You were at least creeped out.
I was
for days.
creeped out for days.
You were
yeah.
creeped out for days. Meanwhile, I'm sitting in the theater going, motion sickness, I'm going to puke.
See, you were distracted then.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, see,
That's why I couldn't get through freaking Cloverfield either. I was like, oh, please, for the love of Pete, stop shaking the camera.
But Cloverfield.
Was also a bad movie, but
yeah, Blair Witch was not a great movie, but the payoff to all of it the last 15 seconds of that movie
Yeah.
is some of the most effective horror I've seen.
Absolutely.
Like where they go down the stairs and you see the person standing with the nose in the corner.
He's standing in the corner.
Yeah.
Standing in the corner, and just that last little Mike, or whatever it is. But then, yeah,
it was really well done.
I thought so too. And and he was he didn't care for it at all. And yet I had fingerprint bruises on my leg coming out of Stir of Echoes.
This is true. That movie creeped me out. 100% creeped me out.
I could also point out there were a couple of firsts in both of those films for a lot of people, though.
Sure.
Stir of Echoes is old enough that I don't have to worry about spoiling anything. There was a dead body in the wall?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just went Kevin Bacon?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you want a completely different story, you can always read the book that it was based on.
Yes, because that is a completely different story.
Yeah.
As so often happens.
Yes.
Yes. Stir of Echoes really actively bothered me on a deep psychological level. Blair Witch Project nauseated me on a deep gastrointestinal level.
Oh, and I don't care for the gory ones either.
Yeah,
Like-
I don't need
No.
torture porn.
No.
No.
I'll sit
And
through it just to sit through it.
Ever now and again, I can stand up for the psychological aspect of something. I will defend the first Saw all day.
Yeah. It's a great
Anything
film.
that came after that,
No, absolutely not.
torture is just torture porn, and I don't
Yeah.
need it. So
Like Eli Roth's Hostel didn't do anything for me other than
No.
go, huh, that's neat, special effect. I don't know how you came up with that, but good for you.
yeah,
The Hostel 2 was even worse.
Yeah. Cabin Fever.
Cabin Fever,
Oh.
the first one was entertaining.
I didn't see the second one.
I stopped after that.
Yeah.
Really, my
Entertaining,
only
but not great.
my only two memories of Cabin Fever are the kid that used to come into our store, being in it, and
that's
then
right. I'd forgotten about that.
and then the shaving off of the skin in the bathtub.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was one scene that was psychologically effective. It wasn't even effective suspense-wise because you knew it
No.
was coming.
Oh, yeah.
But psychologically, yeah, I'll give them a point for, especially as a girl, I will give them a point for that.
Okay, but if you've got some kind of flesh-eating virus on your legs, no woman is going to go near
No.
her legs with a razor.
No, absolutely not.
Women look for excuses not to shave their legs. And flesh-eating virus, I think, would rank pretty high up there.
That would be on the top of the list.
Yeah.
Although I'm actually going to argue with women look for excuses not to shave their legs. Some of us are weird and obsessive about it.
Oh, good for you.
So,
Others, not so much.
which is either way, I'm fine.
Many
with it,
others,
but
not so much.
yeah, I'm definitely one of the
you might
obsessive.
be at the high end of the scale there.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Jeff, feel my legs. No.
No.
So,
No.
It's a rough life he leads, but
and then on the other hand of the spectrum, especially living here in Colorado, not to name any particular cities, but you go out in public and you're like, oh, is it tights weather or is it Wookiee season?
just he's going to setting that out there, leaving it there.
Anyways, so we watched The Conjuring, and that's on to you.
Okay.
Jeff, take it away.
Let's see. I watched a second episode of Agent Carter, and it was slightly better.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it may be enough to have me watch a third, even though I'm really, really reluctant to do so.
Sure.
And then new seasons of House of Lies and The Musketeers came on. And I may dump both of those shows before we hit the mid-season mark.
Okay.
Got it.
I think I probably have enough. They're both those shows, and Don Cheadle's awesome. He really is.
Absolutely.
I just don't know. House of Lies is in its fourth season. I don't know if it has anything new for me.
Okay.
So we'll see. In The Musketeers, it's mildly entertaining, and I don't know if mildly entertaining does it for me anymore.
That's understandable. I can't speak to The Musketeers. I haven't seen it, but mildly entertaining with as many good shows as there are out there might not be enough to hold.
But so many shows have ended.
True.
But we should have a new season of American Gothic. Gothic. What's the Gothic one?
Me?
Are you talking American?
Not American Horror Story.
Okay.
You and I watched the entire season.
Oh!
That we actually finished. I got help.
Yes. Oh, no. Why are we both blanking out on this? We loved this
Damn
show.
it.
Who's in it?
You liked it too.
You did like it.
It is.
How's that one guy?
Timothy Dalton. And,
Yes, Timothy Dalton. Let's start there. Timothy Dalton.
Set in Victorian England. Dorian Gray is a character.
Oh, yeah.
Billy
Penny
Piper.
Dreadful.
Penny Dreadful. Hooray.
Thank you.
Hey. Oh, my gosh.
Did we mention that we're tired?
Timothy Dalton was the wrong actor to throw at me. And that if you'd said Ava Green, I was like,
yeah.
Penny Dreadful.
I was looking. I knew her last name was Green. I couldn't remember her first name. Getting back to that, we're really tired thing. I apologize, folks. Normally, we loved that show. It would have come right out, and it just didn't. Sorry.
Penny Dreadful's great.
It's a
It
great
is
show.
pretty fantastic.
And I think you have to be a little off yourself to enjoy the show.
What are you saying?
I recognize that quality in myself.
All right, fair enough.
The capacity to enjoy that show, I think, is I think it's a fairly niche show.
How successful has it been though? It seems
I
like
don't
it's
know.
been pretty successful.
There are a lot of weird people out there.
That's my point. As I'm just saying,
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. And it comes
Yes.
out April 26th at 10 p.m. on Showtime. I'm very
Okay,
excited.
there you
Fantastic.
go. So we'll see with the Musketeers. It seems like the promise of sword fights.
Yeah. Not daggers? Just
Just sword fights. But I remember last season there being a lot of sword fights, and I mean everybody likes sword fights.
That's true.
And it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of sword fights this series.
We moved on to a battle of wits,
No,
cutting dialogue,
no.
acerbic humor,
Mediocre humor.
a rapier wit.
Stop.
Sam. Hey, Sam.
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 So the highlight of my watching this week was I did finally start season 6
Okay.
of Parks and Recreation.
Okay.
Season 7 is the current season.
Okay.
Current and final is my understanding.
Yeah. But I did start season 6, so I can burn through those. Well, you don't burn through 20 some odd episodes, but
No.
I'll get through those, and then we'll see how long it takes me to do that, and then I can lead straight into season 7. And I think, because I've been trying to catch up on shows that I should be caught up on, and I think my next one will be Justified.
Okay.
To kind of lead me into its final season.
Which is coming up, season
Yes.
5 or 6, I believe.
5 or 6, yeah.
That's a really good.
Whatever it is. Walton the Jeez Louise, we're having
Audio issues.
audio issues. Like my microphone was really loud compared to yours. Okay.
Sorry.
Is it all better?
Yeah, the interaction between Timothy Oliphant and Walton Goggins is just awesome.
Good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lots of fun.
I need to start that one up again because
I'm a season behind on that one also.
I got through
We're
90%
more
of the
than
first
that,
season, and then I came home from overseas.
Right.
And then I ran out of time. It was weird.
Funny how those two things coincide.
Yeah.
Not enough time, huh?
No.
Did I mention that I've been exhausted for 3 weeks?
Yes. Yes. I've been exhausted. minus the entertainment.
Right.
Which sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Well,
right.
yes. We'll slowly both get caught up on Justified together.
Perfect. And I think that takes us to the end of What You Watching. So, what you playing, Erin?
I am still working my way through Dust, the side-scroller arcade game, and still enjoying it. It's an interesting game. I'm getting some enjoyment out of it, and still kind of working my way through also an old character on Fallout New Vegas,
Yay.
because you just got to have Fallout in your life sometimes.
It's true.
Very true.
Bethesda, if you're listening, we still would very much like Fallout 4 for Christmas 2016.
Or Fallout Online.
Yes.
Yes.
Now that they have a solid platform with Elder Scrolls Online, just reskin it and call it Fallout.
Call it Fallout.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
It would make us very happy, Bethesda.
I mean, they have the like everything that they need. Just put Fallout content in that. Oh, that cat! Cats freak me out.
I know.
Say, don't be scared. It's
I know.
okay.
It's okay. She's
No.
relatively harmless.
I'm not afraid.
Just freaked.
I don't trust them.
Well, you shouldn't. They're cats. They are capricious and mischievous.
Yes,
Yes.
they're predatory animals that we invite into our homes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Anyway,
So, what else have you been playing? Or was that the capstone
That is it in a nutshell.
in a nutshell? Outstanding. For the past couple of days since we last recorded, I have gotten some quality Destiny time in, of course. I've played a little
Lucky you.
Magic 2015. And I actually started on a borrowed PS4, The Last of Us. And
who'd you borrow it from?
Brick.
Oh, he got it back from Lou, and
Well, kind of. It was a transitional thing. But yes, I got
you got it from Lou.
We got it from Lou, yeah.
Brick was not part of the equation.
Brick was part of the equation.
Oh, he was.
He says he didn't care. He's playing PC games again. He's back with Glorious Master Race. And I said, you know what, fine. I'll take it off your hands for a little bit, plug it in, see what it's all about.
Okay.
Managed to get 2 hours into The Last of Us, I think.
Is it wonderful?
It is very interesting.
It's interesting.
2 hours in, I'm still in tutorial mode, I'm pretty sure. And then the controller batteries ran out, and because you cannot play while it charges, at least with this particular
What?
setup, I know, I had to set it down, and that's why I haven't gotten back into it.
I did not realize that's how they worked.
I didn't either. This is my first experience with the PS4.
You can't
That's
just
utter
plug it in
nonsense.
with the thingy?
No. Well, I tried, but it wasn't working. It was not reading the controller whatsoever.
Nonsense
So,
and shenanigans.
Nonsense and shenanigans indeed. Plus, it has like a 3-foot charging cable, so I didn't want to stand in front of my television
Yeah.
going, oh, whoa. For those of you
That
not watching, that was a
There had to have
weird
been
movement.
something else wrong. They can't possibly have that as a feature.
I wouldn't call it
A feature.
I would call it a issue.
A flaw.
I haven't heard anybody else say anything about that.
It's like I said, this is my first 2 hours with the PS4. This is my first Sony system since the PS2 Slim, which I purchased in 1997. So, is it possible I did something wrong? 100%.
No, I don't. I don't
Maybe
think.
99.
I'm not putting the blame on you.
I am.
It was
I'm
like
sure I screwed
there,
something
there,
up.
there may be an equipment issue.
Yes, but whatever
potentially.
the case may be, we will try again probably early next week, unless Erin chooses to pick it up while I am away this coming weekend. And we'll see what happens.
Perfect.
We'll see what happens. But it was a
Sounds-
very interesting initial story. There was definitely, I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, don't spoil anything, but there's
But,
a surprise or two or three.
Just right off the bat, just woof. That's what I'll say.
Okay.
Woof. Yes. Jeff, what have you been?
It's been out for a couple of years. I don't think anybody.
yeah, everyone should know about it, but still.
But we didn't, and it was effective, so
It
I
was
hate
very
to
effective.
take that away
okay.
from somebody.
Okay. Perfect. All right.
So Gut punch. Ooh.
Ew.
Yeah. Jeff, how about you?
Well, I've been playing a little bit of this game called Trivia Crack.
No, really?
Really? Trivia
True
Crack?
story. Yeah. We've had it for almost a week and a half now.
And I'm sorry, which console is that on?
It's a mobile platform. And I think you can play it on Facebook also on the PC.
Sweet. Yes,
Wow.
you can. It is a Facebook game and a multi-platform game. Windows, iStore, Google Play, iTunes, whatever it is.
Yeah. Android, iOS, and Windows Phone.
That's the one.
That's the one.
So,
I just got a Trivia Crack notification.
Speaking
heard.
of Trivia Crack.
You have a game ready for you.
I do.
So, yeah.
I continue to have a losing record, but so many more
Questions
answered correctly. So many more.
So many more.
It resets on Sunday, I think, and without reservation, I can say that this being Wednesday, I have at least 200 correct questions.
Wow.
So
Nice.
yeah, or early Monday morning. I don't know when it resets. It does reset every week though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So you've been playing a bit, is what you're saying?
Yeah, which is pretty good because I don't play while I'm at work. So
Even more impressive.
yeah. Let's see here. Oh, dang it! Never mind. All right, I was gonna check my stats, but it took me right into a game with Brick, who is not here but is at the Alamo Draft House
Doing stuff.
for a movie.
Watching things.
For a movie he admits is terrible.
And presented by VH1 and for $1.
No, VHS.
Yeah,
Like a VHS screening
was the phrase that was
of
used.
yeah. So
yeah.
there's that.
So choices in life, I think, is what we said earlier.
Choices. Oh, and Destiny.
And Destiny.
I'll probably play a little bit of Destiny tonight. I'm supposed to play with Cujo and Wild West.
Okay, I see what they did there.
Yeah. What he did? I see it. So maybe doing some raid type stuff with them tonight.
You should probably get your Nightfalls done and get that 25% XP bonus. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
Do it. Oh, come on, it's Epics. Do it.
I haven't done a raid yet.
Do it.
I know.
Well, do the raid too.
I think we did the weekly today, and it glitched. It's the one where you go and Omnigul is, disappears. The one that you, me, and Jordan have problems with. Mm-hmm. It was very strange because it did the one wizard, it did the two wizards, then it did the ogre, and then there was one more wizard that was kind of off to the side, and that was it. It was done. We cleared it at level 26 or whatever in less than 5 minutes.
Oh, good. Good for you.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
That's okay.
We couldn't figure it out. And, at the end, I was like, so we can just go?
So we're free?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just letting ourselves out now.
It was not a half hour or 45-minute affair like it normally is for us. It was just over. So
okay.
Interesting.
As long as you got stuff, that's all that counts.
we got stuff and
Got your
things.
stuff.
And things and junk.
And junk. That's it.
But that was about it.
Excellent.
Yep. I wish I had more Destiny time.
So many do.
Yeah.
So many do. And I had said something about opening my copy of Assassin's Creed Unity,
Yes.
but it didn't actually happen.
No.
I ran out of time today. It was my plan to open that game today, but it didn't happen.
I see.
You were going to open the game in conjunction with the DLC, I believe.
Which I probably do not have access to. Even though I purchased the game in time, I did not open it and install it, so they would not know that I had purchased it in time to get the free DLC.
Unless you're just doing free DLC for everybody.
That would be nice, but I don't know if that's the case. I think there was a date attached to it.
I don't know. We'll find out, and perhaps we'll talk about that next week.
Perhaps. All right.
Perhaps.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Yeah,
Good night.
I think that's it. Once again, our apologies for the audio issues.
So many audio issues.
New guy right here who has 2 thumbs and doesn't know how to work computers. This guy. So, yeah, if you did make it through the entire episode, this is our heartfelt apologies. Feel free to send us hate mail, love letters, mediocre email, whatever you got. Send us something, and so that way we can improve and we can fix and we can move on. And
the audio engineers have been sacked.
Yeah.
Those in charge of the sacking have been sacked.
have been sacked.
And those in charge of sacking the sackers
have been
sacked.
So what does that leave us? That leaves us.
Yeah.
That's it. So
That's it.
our
For what you
apologies. But hey, thanks for listening. I think that will successfully conclude episode 308.
Yes.
Oh, and this episode was absolutely not brought to you by Fresca, Evian,
No.
or
Pepsi Cola made with
Pepsi
real sugar.
No,
with real sugar.
absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Or Brita water filters. Say that one 3 times fast.
Or your crazy cinnamon
Or my toothpicks.
toothpicks.
I love my tea tree toothpicks.
None of those.
None of them. So no thanks to our non-commercial sponsors. Thanks to everyone who actually does listen. And peace, love, happiness. We'll see you next week.
We're out.
Adios.